Well, the Port Workers Union in BC is meeting today and will be recommending a deal to its members. Devin Dreeshen is the Alberta Minister of Transportation and Economic Corridors. Minister Dreeshen, thanks for taking time for us this morning. And I know you've been in touch with sort of all the parties involved throughout this. So if we could just start with an update and what you're expecting from today.
Well, we're hoping that the union membership will actually vote in favor of this deal. I think everybody was shocked when on July 18th, the union leadership actually didn't even take this tentative deal that the federal mediators had agreed with both parties. They didn't actually take this to a vote of their membership. The union leadership just decided to cancel it right off the bat. So the fact that this is going to the members of the union is a very good development, and hopefully we can see a resumption of all the port work happen.
Yeah, and I know that things are sort of back up and rolling there, but give us a sense of who's been most impacted in our province.
Well, it's about $50 million a day of products, of goods that go through the BC ports. Vancouver being the largest, Prince Rupert being the second largest in the country. So a lot of exporters are really feeling this, and the logistical nightmares of it. Actually, you'll see trains parked along the prairies in Saskatchewan and in Alberta and even in Manitoba. So exporters are really feeling this, and we're actually seeing curtailment or the shutting down of exporters, whether that's in the forestry industry or even in oil and gas. So that's a big issue, but we're actually seeing it on the imports. We're seeing warehouses that aren't having the goods that they would normally have, obviously with millions of dollars worth of products being stuck in Vancouver. So the warehouse capacity is stretching thin, and certain items, perishable items that need refrigeration, whether that's fruits or vegetables or meat coming in from around the world, it's literally rotting in Vancouver now. So that is something that we will see those effects in the weeks to come.
Any concerns with how the federal government handled this? I know you sent a letter earlier in this process to sort of get them hopefully to come back and get this moving forward. They did certainly take some steps, but there's always a potential for these things to happen again, obviously. So just talk about the process from the federal government on this.
Sure. Well, 2 years ago, back in 2021, there was a Montreal port strike, and the federal government, same federal government that we have today, in one day actually had back to work legislation and got that port up and running after one day of strike action. And here, this happened on Canada Day, and there were calls from the Alberta government, Saskatchewan government, and others saying that Parliament needs to be resumed. We need to have that same amount of urgency that Quebec saw 2 years ago, but that never happened. So I think there's still lots of people scratching their heads wondering why the federal government treated Western Canada different from Quebec.
Okay, well, we'll continue to follow this. Obviously, a big day today and the rest of the week, and see how the membership votes. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. We will continue to follow it. That is the Minister of Transportation and Economic Corridors, Devin Dreeshen.
Thank you.
Thank you.